Amina often wondered about her father's secretive behavior. Chief Kamu, the respected village chief, always seemed to have a hidden life. When Amina found an old mysterious letter, she knew she had to uncover the truth, no matter what secret it revealed about her father. Chief Kamu was a well-respected leader in the small African village. His wisdom and fairness earned him the trust and admiration of the villagers. However, his daughter Amina noticed something unusual about her father. He often disappeared for hours without explanation and seemed to guard certain parts of their home closely. Amina was a curious and determined young woman. She couldn't help but feel that her father was hiding something significant. One day, while cleaning the attic, she stumbled upon an old box filled with letters and strange artifacts. The letters were addressed to her father and mentioned names and places she had never heard of. Among the items was a faded photograph of a young woman standing beside Chief Kamu. Amina's mind raced with questions. Who was this woman? What were the letters about? She decided to enlist the help of Mwangi, a close friend and fellow villager. Mwangi was known for his resourcefulness and keen investigative skills. Together, they vowed to uncover the truth about Chief Kamu's secret life. Amina and Mwangi met secretly in the village marketplace, away from the prying eyes of the villagers. Amina shared her findings with Mwangi, who listened intently, his brow furrowed with concern.
This photograph, these letters, they point to something big, Amina,
Mwangi said, examining the items closely.
We need to be careful. If your father is involved in something dangerous, we could be putting ourselves at risk.
Amina nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation.
I know, Mwangi, but I can't ignore this. We need to find out what's going on.
Their first step was to decode the letters. Many were written in a cryptic language, with references to clandestine meetings and coded messages. One letter in particular caught their attention. It spoke of a hidden place within the village where important meetings were held. The letter mentioned a location near the old baobab tree on the outskirts of the village. Determined to follow this lead, Amina and Mwangi set out at dusk when the village was quiet. They reached the old baobab tree, its gnarled branches casting eerie shadows in the moonlight. After a thorough search, they found a hidden entrance concealed by thick undergrowth. With a mixture of excitement and fear, they ventured inside. The hidden place turned out to be a small underground room. Inside, they found more letters, documents, and artifacts that revealed a web of underground dealings. Chief Kamu was not just a village leader. He was deeply involved in secretive activities that the villagers knew nothing about. The documents pointed to business transactions, land deals, and even hints of a hidden family living in a nearby town. Amina's heart pounded as she realized the magnitude of what they had uncovered.
My father has a hidden family. This can't be true,
she whispered, tears welling up in her eyes. Mwangi put a comforting hand on her shoulder.
We need to confront him, Amina, but we must be careful. This information could change everything.
As they left the hidden room, they decided to gather more evidence before confronting Chief Kamu. They spent the next few days discreetly following him, observing his secretive meetings and interactions. The more they uncovered, the more complex the situation became. One evening, Amina and Mwangi witnessed Chief Kamu meeting with a group of strangers in a remote part of the village. The conversation was heated with raised voices and tense gestures. Amina could only make out fragments of conversation, but it was clear that something significant was at stake. Feeling the weight of the discovery, Amina knew the time had come to confront her father. She needed answers, and she needed them now. With Mwangi by her side, she prepared herself for the difficult conversation that lay ahead. The evening was quiet as Amina approached her father's hut, her heart heavy with the burden of the secrets she had uncovered. She hesitated at the door, taking a deep breath before pushing it open. Chief Kamu looked up from his work, a surprised expression on his face.
Amina, what brings you here at this hour?
He asked, his voice calm but with a hint of curiosity. Amina took a seat across from him, her hands trembling slightly. Father, there's something we need to talk about. It's important. Chief Kamu's expression softened as he noticed her unease.
What is it, my daughter?
Gathering her courage, Amina began to speak. I've discovered some things. Letters, photographs, and documents. They reveal a side of you that I never knew existed. A hidden family, secret meetings, and underground dealings. I need to know the truth, father. The chief's face paled, and for a moment, he seemed at loss for words. He took a deep breath, his eyes filled with a mixture of sadness and resignation.
Amina, I never wanted you to find out this way. There are things about my past that I've kept hidden for a reason.
Why, father? Why keep such important parts of your life a secret? Amina's voice wavered, a mix of anger and hurt. Chief Kamu sighed deeply.
It started many years ago, before you were born. I was a different man then, involved in activities I'm not proud of. The letters and documents you found are remnants of that past. The hidden family, they were part of life I tried to leave behind.
Amina's eyes widened in shock.
So it's true? You have another family?
The chief nodded slowly.
Yes, I do. A woman I loved and children from that union. I tried to balance both lives, but it became too difficult. When I became the chief, I made the decision to separate myself from that past to protect you and the village.
Tears streamed down Amina's face.
But why didn't you tell us? We could have understood, helped you.
It was my burden to bear, Chief Kamu said quietly.
I didn't want to put anyone else in danger. The people I was involved with, they are not to be trifled with. I felt I could keep both worlds apart, but it seems I failed.
Amina felt a mix of emotions swirling within her. We need to tell the village. They deserve to know the truth. Chief Kamu looked at her with a pained expression.
I understand, Amina, but this will change everything.
The trust and respect I have built will be shattered.
We can't keep living a lie,
Amina insisted.
The villagers have a right to know who their leader truly is.
Reluctantly, Chief Kamu agreed. The following morning, he called for a village meeting. The air was thick with tension as the villagers gathered, sensing that something significant was about to happen. Standing before the crowd, Chief Kamu took a deep breath.
My fellow villagers, I have called you here today to share some truths about my past. It is time for me to come clean about who I really am and the family I have kept hidden from you all.
As he spoke, the villagers listened in stunned silence. He told them about his hidden family, the secret dealings and the reasons behind his decisions. Gasps of shock and murmurs of disbelief filled the air. Mwangi stepped forward, supporting Amina as she stood beside her father.
We discovered these secrets together, and we believe that the truth is the only way forward,
Mwangi said, his voice steady and clear. The villagers were conflicted. Some felt betrayed, while others were sympathetic to Chief Kamu's plight. A heated discussion ensued, with voices rising in anger and sorrow. It was clear that the village was divided. One elder, a wise and respected figure, raised his hand to speak.
We have all made mistakes and have past we are not proud of. Chief Kamu has led us with wisdom and fairness despite his hidden life. We must decide how to move forward, not just for ourselves, but for the future of our village.
After much deliberation, the villagers came to a decision. Chief Kamu would remain as a village leader, but under strict conditions. He had to be transparent about his actions, and the council of elders would oversee his leadership to ensure accountability. Relieved yet apprehensive, Chief Kamu agreed to the terms. He knew that rebuilding trust would be a long and difficult journey, but he was committed to making amends. Days turned into weeks, and the village slowly began to heal. Chief Kamu worked tirelessly to regain the trust of his people. He introduced new initiatives for the betterment of the village and made efforts to involve the villagers in decision-making processes. Amina and Mwangi continued to support him, helping bridge the gap between the chief and the villagers. They organized community gatherings and encouraged open dialogue to address concerns and rebuild the sense of unity. One afternoon, a stranger arrived in the village. He was an enigmatic figure, with an air of mystery surrounding him. He requested to speak with Chief Kamu. claiming to have information about his past that could change everything once again. Chief Kamu met with the stranger in his heart heavy with apprehension. The man introduced himself as Juma, a former associate from the chief's hidden past. He revealed shocking details about a hidden treasure that had been the root of many of Kamau's secret dealings. Juma explained that the treasure was buried deep within the village grounds, and its discovery could bring both immense wealth and of unforeseen dangers. The villagers were at crossroads once more. The revelation of the treasure's existence threatened to unravel the fragile peace they had worked so hard to build. Chief Kamu, Amina, Mwangi, and the Council of Elders convened to discuss the best course of action. They had to decide whether to unearth the treasure and face the potential consequences, or to leave it hidden and protect the village from further turmoil. In the end, they chose to dig up the treasure, but with strict security measures in place. As the villagers gathered around the site where the treasure was believed to be buried, there was a palpable sense of anticipation mixed with anxiety. Chief Kamu stood at the forefront, his heart heavy with the weight of his past and potential consequences of their actions. Amina and Mwangi were by his side, ready to support him through whatever lay ahead. The digging began. As the villagers worked together, a sense of camaraderie grew. Shovels struck the earth, and the sound of digging filled the air. Hours passed, and just as the sun began to set, a villager's shovel hit something solid. A collective gasp arose from the crowd as they uncovered a large ancient chest, ornately decorated and locked with a heavy padlock. Chief Kamu stepped forward, the key to the padlock trembling in his hand. He turned to face the villagers, his voice steady but filled with emotion. This treasure has been a part of my hidden past, a symbol of secrets and deception. Today, we open it together as a united village to face whatever it may bring. With that, he inserted the key and turned it. The padlock clicked open, and the chest's lid creaked as it was lifted. Inside, they found gold coins, jewels, and ancient artifacts of immense value. The villagers stared in awe at the glittering treasure, their minds racing with possibilities. But amidst the treasure, there was also a bundle of old documents. Chief Kamu carefully unfolded them, revealing detailed maps and contracts that shed light on the extent of his past dealings. The documents confirmed the involvement of powerful and dangerous individuals who would stop at nothing to reclaim what they believed was theirs. The villagers' excitement turned to concern as they realized the potential dangers they faced. A heated discussion broke out, with some arguing to hide the treasure again and others insisting on using it for their village's benefit. Amina stepped forward, her voice clear and resolute. We cannot let fear dictate our actions. This treasure represents our past, but it can also be a beacon for our future. We must use it wisely and protect our village from those who seek to harm us. Mwangi nodded in agreement. We have faced challenges before and emerged stronger. Together, we can safeguard this treasure and use it to build a better future for everyone. Chief Kamu looked around at the faces of his people, seeing the determination and strength in their eyes. He felt a renewed sense of hope. Amina and Mwangi are right. We'll use this treasure to improve our village, but we will also take measures to protect ourselves. We'll form an alliance with neighboring villages, strengthen our defenses, and ensure that our community remains safe. The villagers agreed, and plans were set in motion to secure the treasure and fortify the village. As days turned into weeks, they worked tirelessly to implement these measures. The treasure was used to build better infrastructure, improve education, and provide healthcare. The village thrived, and the sense of unity and purpose grew stronger. One day, a messenger arrived with news that a group of men had been seen approaching the village. They were believed to be connected to Chief Kamu's past dealings and were likely coming to reclaim the treasure. Chief Kamu, Amina, Mwangi, and the village council prepared to face this new threat. They gathered the villagers and devised a plan to protect their home. When the men arrived, they found the village ready to defend itself, united and resolute. The confrontation was tense.
but the villagers stood their ground. Chief Kamu addressed the men, his voice firm. This treasure belongs to our village now. We have used it to build a better future for our people. We will not let you take that away from us. Seeing the determination of the villagers and realizing they were outnumbered, the men retreated, vowing to return. But the villagers were undeterred. They had faced their past, confronted their fears, and emerged stronger. With the immediate threat behind them, the village settled into a period of peace and prosperity. The treasure had been a catalyst for change, transforming their community in ways they had never imagined. Schools were built, healthcare improved, and the infrastructure developed, all funded by the wealth they had uncovered. Chief Kamu, Amina and Mwangi continued to play pivotal roles in the village's growth. Kamu, now transparent about his past, earned back the trust and respect of the villagers. He worked closely with the Council of Elders to ensure that all the decisions were made with the community's best interests at heart. Amina took on a leadership role as well, using her intelligence and determination to spearhead educational initiatives and women's empowerment programs. Her bravery in uncovering the truth had inspired many, and she had become a role model for the younger generation. Mwangi, with his resourcefulness and strategic mind, focused on strengthening the village's defenses and building alliances with neighboring communities. His efforts ensured that the village was well prepared for any future threats, fostering a sense of security among the villagers. The village thrived, not just because of the treasure, but because of the unity and resilience they had developed. They had faced their fears, confronted their past, and emerged stronger and more connected than ever before. As the sun set over the village, Chief Kamu stood on a hill overlooking the thriving community. Amina and Mwangi joined him, and together, they reflected on the journey they had undertaken. "We've come a long way," Amina said, a voice filled with pride. "Yes, we have. And it's only the beginning. Our village will continue to grow and prosper, and as long as we remain united and true to ourselves." Just as the village seemed to be settling into its newfound peace, an unexpected visitor arrived. A man, shrouded in mystery, appeared at the village entrance. He was tall, with piercing eyes and a commanding presence. He introduced himself as Malik, claiming to be an old friend of Chief Kamu's. The villagers, wary but curious, allowed him to speak with Kamu. As they sat down to talk, Malik revealed a shocking truth. He was not just an old friend, he was Kamu's brother, presumed dead many years ago. He had faked his death to escape the dangerous world they were once part of, and had been living in hiding ever since.